Somewhere between forgotten cemeteries, iron furnaces, ghost stories, and overwritten dashcam footage, Travel Made Personal was born. When Dusty and I took our first road trip into Alabama, we didn't know we were building anything. We were just exploring, chasing old places, fulfilling promises to ancestors, following curiosity down back roads that most people drive past without a second thought. The first Alabama trip felt like discovery. The second one felt like obsession. And somewhere between the second and third trip, something changed. I started trying to capture the road instead of just driving it. At first it was simple. A little video here, some dashcam footage there, nothing serious. But after that second Alabama trip, most of the footage got overwritten. And weirdly enough, that hit harder than I expected it to. Because suddenly I realized those moments mattered. Not just the places themselves, but the feeling of being there. The long drives, the exhaustion, the random conversations in the truck, the laughter when things went wrong, the strange little stops that somehow became the moments we remembered most. That realization became the beginning of Travel Made Personal. So Alabama road trip number 3 became something different. This wasn't just another vacation anymore. This was the first trip we took with intention. A lot of the stops on this trip were places we had already visited before. We went back to places like Olustee Battlefield, Landmark Park, Lover's Leap, Bellamy Bridge, the Coke Ovens, and Claybake Church, because I wanted to capture the footage we lost, and maybe preserve the feeling of those places before time carried us somewhere else. And honestly, returning to those places felt different. There's something strange about revisiting a road you already know. The landmarks feel familiar, but you've changed since the last time you saw them. Some places still hit exactly the same. Others didn't. Sloss Furnaces is probably the best example of that. We had built it up so much in our heads. The ghost stories, the atmosphere, the legends. But by the time we got there, we were exhausted, overheated, sore, and already running on fumes. We even managed to lose each other again while exploring. It was still cool. But sometimes the reality of the road doesn't match the mythology in your head. And honestly, that's part of the adventure too. Because real road trips aren't polished. They're memory cards failing at the worst possible moment. They're locked bathrooms when you're about to lose the battle for survival. They're driving to the wrong cemetery and only realizing it after searching the place twice. They're formatting SD cards in hotel rooms while questioning every life decision that brought you there. And sometimes, they're standing in a Pioneer Village museum while Murph personally possesses every piece of camera equipment you own. That day at the Pioneer Village Museum honestly became one of the defining moments of the trip for me. Not because it was magical, because it was real. The batteries failed, the memory cards filled up, I was exhausted, overstimulated, hurting, frustrated, and very rapidly losing what little patience I had left with humanity. Meanwhile, Dusty was trying to survive my increasingly unhinged commentary while we wandered around historic buildings in Alabama heat, like two exhausted cryptids pretending to function normally. And yet somehow, those are still the moments that become stories later. That's the thing I think Alabama taught us best. The road isn't perfect. The road is human. And despite all the exhaustion, all the frustration, all the rerouted plans and overheated afternoons, Alabama gave us some of the most important memories we've ever made together. It taught us how to travel together. It taught us how to slow down and notice things. It taught us how to turn around when we saw something strange on the side of the road. It taught us that forgotten places still have stories worth telling. And most importantly, Alabama taught us what travel made personal was supposed to be. But somewhere during that third Alabama trip, Dusty and I realized something else too. We were ready to see what waited beyond the roads we'd grown comfortable with. Not because Alabama stopped mattering, but because the road was starting to call us somewhere new. We wanted different landscapes, different history, different stories. We wanted to see what happened if we just kept following curiosity past the next state line. And as much as Alabama became the foundation of travel made personal, Georgia was waiting just beyond it. We didn't know it then, but the next chapter of the journey was already beginning. And honestly, I don't think either of us realized just how much those roads were about to change us.